Good morning, everyone. We're live from Houston, Texas. This is Tuesday, October 23, and show number 117. Those dogs are right behind me. I didn't realize it. Hey, hi, ceramic dogs. He's telling me a secret. What? Anyway, I'm so glad you're here. Things are going well here in Houston. If it's your first time, I was going to say yesterday I forgot to remind you, if it's your first time watching the podcast, please subscribe to the Captain Housekeeper YouTube channel and hit the little alert button, that little bell that's right next to it, and you'll be alerted when I go live in the future. Sometimes, the house makes me go live at a different time because we have responsibilities, right? So I try to be here every morning at 11 a.m. Central. Please, if you want to come a little bit early, the chat room is always opened up, and a few people always pop in to say hi before the show even starts. So please feel free to join in. Captain Charles was here early. Good to see you, Captain Charles. He's participating in the early voting process for his work, so he might be in and out, but I'm glad you're here, Captain Charles. Good to see you. Good morning, Captain April. Good morning, Captain Angela. Captain Angela, I hope you're not near that water problem. I was just watching on the news up there in Austin town, Texas, with all this rain we've been having, they've had some water quality issues, so now everyone has to boil their water up there. That's kind of frightening, isn't it? But I hope you're away from that, Angela. Good morning, Captain Sherry. It's good to see you. So yesterday, it's the first day back. Re-entry is kind of tough sometimes, but I think re-entry this time was a little bit tougher because I came back to a house that's kind of upside down. If you're new to Captain Housekeeper, over the last few months, I've had to have some floors replaced because of some water damage from a leaking pipe. And so things have been upside down, and just before I went on my vacation, what is that, 10 days ago now, they brought all the stuff back, and some of the furniture is put in place, but all the boxes are still stacked up in the dining room. So kind of came home to a mess, to be honest. But, it's a happy mess. I don't mind. But what I did get to do yesterday is I got all my luggage unpacked and most of the laundry done. And then, of course, I don't know if you can see, there's a dog's butt right there. That's Koyana. I got to go pick up the dogs from where they were being lodged. So that was the highlight of the day because it's too quiet around here. I mean, we got our kitty, but she sleeps most of the time. She's almost 18 years old. She's right here with me. Can't see her. Oh, she's licking my finger. Feels like sandpaper. So yeah, I got most of that laundry done, which made me happy, and brought the doggies home. Oh, look, Captain Kristen's here. Good morning, Captain Kristen. We need to catch up. Captain Charles got called away again. It's okay, Charles. If you're at work, work's first. If you're enjoying the shows, please give them a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Captain Angela says, we're okay here in Round Rock. It only affects Austin. Remember, we were talking about the water. However, all the stores have run out of bottled water. I actually was supposed to go to Costco today in the afternoon, and I was going to get a case of bottled water because I like to keep a case on hand. But I'm not going to because they might transfer that. They might transfer their supply up to the Austin area so that they can have the bottled water because they need it. They don't have any drinking water right now, so that's tough. I saw it on the national news this morning, actually, and they showed all the shelves being empty. So that kind of sucks. Sucks for Austin. So what's happening is we're at the front end of Hurricane Willa. Hurricane Willa is in the Pacific, and it's supposed to hit the coast of Mexico sometime towards midnight tonight, right just north of Puerto Vallarta. So we're actually getting the rain effect of the front end of Willa. And it's supposed to move fairly quickly and come right at us. So it's going to be a washout for a couple of days. You might not know, right there along the coast of Mexico on that side is actually a mountain range that goes down to the coast. That's where Guadalajara is, where I used to live. It's up in the mountains. So when Willa hits, it's going to fall apart very, very quickly and then just be a rain event when it gets here. So don't have to worry about that, but it's very cold and rainy right now. I still have the windows open. I turned on the heater this morning. I gave in finally because it was so cold when I woke up this morning. But It always smells funny when you first turn the heater on. It's like, the house is burning down if you don't tell everybody that you turn the heater on for the first time. It just smells, it's all that dust burning off. But it's also that magical day of the year when you get to switch your fans from blow to suck. So of course you don't, when the heater's on, you want the air to go up. So it circulates the air off your ceiling. So if you have ceiling fans, you need to turn them off, and there's usually a little switch on it. Flip the switch, turn them back on. It should reverse the fans so they start pulling the air up, so that you don't get the cooling effect of the wind blowing on you. But I suggest that when you turn the fans off and before you turn them back on, you dust them off, because when you reverse the fans, it's going to blow all the dust that's been holding on to the blades everywhere. So go ahead and dust them off. That's what I did this morning just before the show started. I went through and dust. Luckily, I'm tall enough I don't need a step stool to do that. I just reach up there and clean them off. But I reversed all the fans this morning, so now they all suck instead of blow. So the air's going up. Keep that heat circulating. Captain Charles says, better not mess with Puerto Vallarta. I'll be there in 37 days. I think it's a Category 4, Charles, and I think it's a direct hit. So consult your travel agent. It's unfortunate. I actually have a very good friend who has a home there in Puerto Vallarta, and I'm really concerned about that too, because it's such a beautiful place. They get hit by hurricanes, so they're ready. They have the ways to prepare for it. But hopefully it won't be as bad as it sounds. Oh, Captain Charles says, too late, it's paid for. Well, you can help with the cleanup process then. No, true. True, will be fine. It is a big hurricane, and it is hitting north of Puerto Vallarta, from what I heard. So hopefully it'll just be a rain event, and they're prepared for that. Isn't that where they filmed Predator? I think there's a Predator tour you can take there, because it's kind of jungly right by the coast. Yeah, so cold, rainy. I was supposed to go to Costco today, but I don't want to go get wet. I wouldn't mind getting wet if it were warmer. That's what I was thinking. It's like if it were warmer, but it was in the 50s when I got up this morning, and it's that drizzly, moist cold. So I don't want to go out and get wet. Besides, the doggies are here, and they're so tired, and they're like all snuggly because I've been gone for so long. So I want to stay with them so I can snuggle with them, because pretty soon all they want to do is like play. It's like a magic moment to snuggle. Captain Charles did take the Predator tour once. I dated somebody that looked like the Predator in college once. That was good enough for me. I don't need to take the tour. It's fun. So yeah, I got to finish up. Got Kitty here. I got to finish up my laundry today, and I'm going to start the actual unpacking today. So it's a big day. I'm very excited about that, because I need to get all those boxes unpacked. But the very first thing I'm going to do, since it's so cold, is I'm going to get the rug that's been rolled up, because we couldn't put rugs down for the first 10 days that the floors were finished. And I'm going to go get the rug, and I'm not going to set up a camera because it's not going to be pretty, because moving furniture by yourself isn't a pretty thing. So I'm going to move the furniture out of the way and roll the rug into the living room and put the furniture back. But my plan is I'm going to put it down and like roll it, and then kind of lift everything and roll it under and put it down, because I have to do it like one leg at a time. There may be swearing. There's usually swearing when I have to move the furniture by myself. So I'm going to get the rug down in here because the floor's kind of cold. And that'll be a good first start. And then I think my first thing I'm going to do, like I mentioned last time, is I'm going to start moving the box, like divide the boxes into their rooms and get them moved out, so I get a better grip on what there is to do. I'm going to be very aggressive about donating things to my favorite charity, because there are a lot of things that don't need to get put back into this house. I want to take advantage of the opportunity and get stuff out of here. So winter's here. I hope winter's where you're at too. I hope you had good fall colors. Up there in New Mexico, some of you were confused and thought I was actually in Mexico, but I was in New Mexico, up by the Colorado border. The cottonwoods were all in full fall colors, and it was absolutely amazing. They all turned this bright yellow. Every once in a while there was a maple tree mixed in that was bright red, but that bright yellow is just, when the sun would come out, it would just glow. It was just magical up there. I make this mistake. I've done it more than once, is you should never visit a place you like in the fall, because when you see those magical fall colors, you just think, all I want to do is live here. It's so magical, I want to live here. Back for my, I don't remember which class reunion, it wasn't too long ago, they had the class reunion, usually they're in the summer, right? But they had theirs in the fall. So I went up to my little hometown in Michigan, which is an adorable, quaint little tourist town, very historical. So I went up there for my class reunion, and it was fall. And so all the colors were just red and yellow and just orange and magical. And I was driving through this little town I grew up in, and it was like, I want to live here. I want to live here so bad. It's so magical and beautiful. And when I got home, I texted my cousin and I told her, I said, I have to move. I have to get up there. And she sent me a picture. It was like a week later. She sent me a picture and all the leaves were gone. And it was like, oh yeah, never mind. I forgot they all fall off, and then the sky turns gray and there's nothing on the trees. So I went up there and I saw the dogwoods in their full color, and I just wanted to move up there. But you know, in a couple weeks, they're all going to be bare. So, Captain Sherry says Florida was the only place on the map today in the 80s. Yeah, you know, I noticed that. Somebody posted it on Facebook. It was that little Florida peninsula was the only place that was actually warm. Every place else is really cold. Like really, even Texas is really cold. The 50s is quite cold for us. Captain Charles says, I would love this weather to stay for 3 months. Yeah, drier and sunnier, but absolutely. It stays pretty nice here in the winter time, Charles. Captain Sherry says, no, it doesn't feel like fall in Florida. You don't ever really cool off in Florida from what I can tell, right? All right, folks, well, I'm going to go get to work. I know you guys need to get back to work, too. I'm so glad you all joined me, Captain Sherry. Just because you're in charge of your house doesn't mean you have to do everything, Sherry. Automate and delegate whenever possible. I'm begging you. Okay, say it with me, everyone. No matter what life throws at me, I have the ability to make this a fantastic day. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time, 11 a.m. Central in the USA. Bye-bye.